readers, book lovers, and storytellers. Welcome to another Reader's Magnet featured author interview. We are currently live in all of our streaming platforms YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. My name is Kimmy, and I'm going to be your host for today. And together with me right now is one of the Reader's Magnet featured authors, here to talk more about her journey as an author and the inspiration behind her book. We have Melinda Michelle, author of the book Obedience is a Currency of the Kingdom: Seven Strategies for Giving God Your Yes. Hello, Melinda. How are you today?
I'm good, Kimmy. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm actually really delighted to have you here and looking forward to learn more about you and your book as well, and your books, by the way. I think the best way to start off this interview, Melinda, is to also introduce yourself to our audience so they would know a bit about you.
Okay, my name is Melinda Michelle. I am the author of 43 books. I specialize in Christian fiction. My signature subject is spiritual warfare. I have some contemporary, some romance, and then I have some nonfiction books as well. So I've been doing this for just about 12 years.
Very impressive. Like for 12 years, you were able to have 43 books with you, and very inspiring books, by the way. I was able to check a few of them in Amazon, and
Mhm.
I get to also see their synopsis and all, in line with Christian fictions and those things that you also write. And I'm very, very amazed that you're one of those authors that people should be checking on, as well as following, because the work 43 books is really not, you're not easy, and they're looking fabulous with those 43 books, considering that you've done that. And
Thank
just
you.
also, you're welcome. Just for this book, Melissa, sorry, Melinda, Obedience is a Currency of the Kingdom. Can you show your book to us?
Yes. This is
There.
it's a very
Wow.
quick, very thin read.
Nice. Nice cover. What is that book all about? Can you share it to us?
So this book actually came as a surprise. I wrote it. I actually wrote this book in about 5 hours. It's
Ooh.
a testimony. It's a testimony. Because like I said, I've been doing this for 12 years, and as I've been obedient to the different assignments God has given me, it led me to some really crazy places. And the last one, I have had a book club in 3 prisons. And so I was invited to speak to the ladies at the prison who were reading my books, and then the wellness specialist asked me to teach the class. So I started going
Wow.
to the prison, teaching spiritual warfare to the group of women that wanted to learn about it. And
Mhm.
when God connected me to those women, I understood my purpose a lot better. And I understood that giving God my yes 12 years ago was so much bigger than I ever imagined. And so this book is basically the testimony of it, and just the truth about how scary it is to trust God with your life, how scary it is to just, okay, yes, God, whatever crazy thing you tell me to do, I'm going to do, even though it doesn't make sense to me. But
Yeah.
there's a bigger picture, there's a strategy behind it, and it's never about you, it's about the people that you're assigned to.
Oh, that's so amazing. Considering that you're doing this, you're writing stories to, to inspire people, for people to be drawn to God. And very impressive on your background in terms of how you also, showcase God's people to learn about God in this way in writing. And then, it's a great opportunity for also people to read and know more on a different angle when it comes to learning about God's work. And that you really have a very wonderful life that you shared with the people. Also, I want to ask, what do you want your readers to take away? You mentioned about the background behind the book. What could be other things that you would want them to get out of reading your book or any of your books?
Anybody who picks up my book, I want something to be stirred in their spirit that I need to give God my yes. I need to be obedient and walk out the purpose that God put me here to do. I think we get caught up in just the goings on of life, just the
Mm.
typical multiple phases of life you go through, and your life could be great, but it's just your life. When you say yes to God, it's going to impact the lives of other people as well, which doesn't take away from the great parts of your life. It adds some drama maybe, but it's fulfilling. It's you learn so much about yourself. You understand, oh well, this is why I'm like this, or this is why I'm drawn to these kind of people, and this is why, this is why, this is why, this is why. You just learn so much
Mhm.
more about yourself. That whole Jeremiah 29:11 kind of unfolds when you give God your yes. Now it's scary. I'm not gonna lie. There have been some times and I'm like, okay, God, I don't know. Hold on, wait a minute. But the more you say yes, you're so far into it. Like, I'm too far to turn back now. So let's see what else you got.
Nice. I like when you mentioned it's very touching on the line that you said about how would you affect other people? How can you share yourself to other people? Because I think, people right now, even myself, like we tend to really do our life, like, live a life by your own, probably share it to our family, to our extended relatives and all that. But how can we impart ourselves to other people? That's a big question, which is the one that you're doing right now. And it's really amazing. It's really amazing. It's a work that you are not doing simply to boast out your name, but you're also sharing out God's work. And that's it's totally something that people should be looking forward to on your books. All right. And I would also like to ask, you've been in terms of work, in terms of being an author or writer. I couldn't say anything at all because, wow, it's 43 books and all that, and you're still continuing, right? What would be the best advice that you can share to our young people or anyone there who's kind of frightened to start writing?
Well, I would say it has to be a passion. Not saying that you can't make money from writing because at the end of the day, bills still need to be paid.
Yeah.
But if it's, you have to do it for the joy of writing. If that's what you enjoy telling stories, you enjoy sharing whatever it is inside of you, whatever expertise you have, you enjoy sharing it because the reward has to be people, not
Yeah.
monetary gain. And prayerfully, eventually that comes for all of us because, that's great. But I would just say be passionate about it. And so I'm just, when I like after college, when I decided to really try to live a life pleasing to God, I was trying to walk away from, secular things. And then I was like, I used to be a book nerd, read all the time. I mean, I devoured
Yeah.
books a week. So I started reading Christian fiction books. And to be
Mhm.
honest, they were very boring. Boring, they were very cookie cutter. And I was like, well, where is God for the people who are in real darkness? Like, the person who's on drugs, the person who's been traumatized, the person who's been abused. Like, where is God in all of those situations? I
True.
also I like books that I want to yell at the author. I like books that's going to make me throw it across this,
Mm.
like messing with my emotions. Like, I can't believe she did.
Yes.
And
I
that's
feel
the kind
you.
of book I wanted to read. So that's the kind of Christian book I wrote, where it does
Wow.
not compromise who God is, but it puts God in so many different situations. Like, he's for everybody, like not just a certain kind of person. And even in the darkest of places, he can reach you there. So honestly, my degrees are in accounting. I only did technical writing before he told me to quit my job in 2012. I didn't even know this what I was doing. And so just being in prayer, fasting on some occasions, and just listening to the stories that he wanted me to tell.
Mhm.
They're very quick paced, very emotions are, I'm gonna get you with every emotion. I mean, you're gonna be mad at me at the end of every book. I want to be known as the queen of plot twists. I can't believe she did.
Right.
I wanted to bring some excitement to Christian fiction. So I wrote the book that I wanted to read.
Well, I feel you. I feel you with that. When you talk about Christian books, oh yeah, Christian books kind of like okay, boring and all that. But that's a good one that you created. So a twist on it, and I look forward to really read on some of your books as on my spare time. on my free time. So it's really something that I wanted to look, because when I actually was able to check on your background, I get to see, oh, this is an amazing author. Different kind of genre, wherein in a span of like 12 years she was able to do 43 books, and it's really something. Are you like bringing your pens everywhere with you, Melinda? Like something pops up and then you're
No, but honestly, when it's time to write a book, because I deal with spiritual warfare and because it's
Mhm.
like heavily studying the Bible, there's a lot of opposition to doing it.
Yeah.
But there's like these windows of time, and I honestly, the more I started doing it and the more I realized how much opposition would come depending on the subject matter, I would fast ahead of
Mhm.
time, I would pray ahead of time, and then a lot of times God would tell me certain windows. Like I remember one book, he was like, from 6 to 9 every morning, just write. And so when I was
Wow.
obedient, it flowed and I can get it done. Like Saturday Showdown is almost 700 pages. I wrote that book in 4 months, and
Wow.
not believe that I finished that book. Before I didn't have a lot of other stuff going on in my life at the time, going to work, going to church, and
Mm.
writing this book. But He does
True.
give me short windows of, just I guess it's supernatural strength, and you know,
Yeah, it
but
is.
I really do. There are times where I really see God. And there was a period in my life. I'm currently getting my PhD, and where I would be so tired, come home and go to sleep. But I wake up and it'd be about midnight, but I'm not sleepy. So from midnight to 5 a.m., I would write, and I could conquer the world in those 5 hours. So there's
Oh.
4 hours in a day. Don't let anybody tell you how you get to use them. So there's time. We just, you just have to
Yeah,
find what
true.
works for you.
True, true. That's totally true. And when you did those books, it was God who was with you.
Yes, absolutely.
He was there. That, because for me, a human kind of thing, okay, I'm just gonna sleep and all that. But that was him. That
Yeah.
was him with you, and it really shows on the masterpiece that you've written, and
No.
to inspire people. And I really look forward that you'll not monetary at some point, but for people to be able to be touched by your book, because you're really passionate with what you're doing. It really shows on your works, and we really really appreciate your time today, Melinda. And for those people right now as well who's also watching, I do hope that you're also inspired, and please check her books as well. So for those, again, you'll be able to grab Melinda's book. Can you show your book to us, Melinda? The one that's going to be for obedience is the currency of the kingdom. There. All right, the 7 strategies for giving God your yes. You can grab a copy of her book that's in Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And Melinda also has a website. That's www.melindamichelle21.com. Is that
Mhm.
right,
Yes,
Melinda?
that's right. Yeah.
Okay. You can also check all anything that she would like to update or anything like that, and also be able to order the books that she has. It's really amazing, guys. Again, thank you so much for your time, Melinda.
Thank you
It
so
was
much for
really
having
nice.
me. It was nice
Really
meeting
nice.
you.
Same here. Really nice to have you here as well in this platform. And as we say here at Readers Magnet, we share your story with the world. Thanks, Melinda.